This is AI, but this looks really cool. I wouldn't mind living in a city like this. Like, just looks like dystopian. For some reason, only the watermelons survived, and like roofs are made out of watermelon. These ladies are just so happy that they have one big watermelon, even though there's watermelons everywhere. I don't know why why that one's a cherished watermelon. They're really holding on to that one. It's like, maybe their long lost son, that was his watermelon, and they just can't let it go now. But yeah, just like, piles and piles of watermelon. But yeah, this looks, the color and everything looks really interesting. So I guess this is like just based off a real video, and then they just put some AI filter shit on it, and then, change the fucking roofs to watermelon and stuff. Is that how this stuff works? Um, I don't know how this stuff works, man, but I like it, dude. Like, this just gives me kind of a sad feeling, like a sad vibe that the plants are gonna take over one day, and Mother Nature's gonna fight back, and just kind of like The Last of Us, where like fungi just starts growing out of everything. But here, like, watermelon or whatever this is, squash. I don't know, man. It just starts growing out of everything. It just starts coming out of the toilet. And everyone's like, "Holy fuck, dude, we got to do something." It's like a big epidemic. It's like these movies, where like the virus is just everywhere, but it doesn't really do anything. It just, watermelons just start sprouting everywhere. Somebody's driving, it just fucking comes out of the ground into their car. They're like, "Holy shit!" They gotta jump out of their car, and then there's one rolling down a hill or something, and then they get home and they're like, "Mom, there's a fucking watermelon," and then she was like squashed to death by one. It fell out of the attic or something. Um, I guess it is. I guess it did end up to be violent. These watermelon, just by the sheer nature of their size. Um, but I feel like they themselves wouldn't have any ill will or malicious nature. They're just trying to live. They're just trying to reproduce and just trying to be watermelons, and then humans are just in the way. And when you're like a 2,000 pound watermelon, like, you just end up crushing something. And but it's all for the best, man. And then they just get they get their Earth back, and apparently that's how the humans died out back in the day. It wasn't dinosaurs. It was watermelon epidemic, I guess.